Hey y'all, I'm Ronnie Huffnagel, and today we're going to be teaching you how to take one of these gorgeous angel wings and adding some florals and a little bit of ribbon to turn it into a beautiful masterpiece. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our florals. They're simply just going to get zipped onto this design. Very, very simple. Right here on your angel wing, you're going to run that zip tie down through. And then you're just going to lay your floral stem right across it, like this, and I'm going to zip this one in place. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to go in the opposite direction. So I put this zip tie this direction. I'm going to put this zip tie this direction. These angel wings are one of our most popular items that we have in the online store at resupplyoutlet.com. So you can shop them there. We have them in all sizes and colors. But you can also just go ahead and you can paint them if you want. So any color that you would prefer. So I have done some that are in in an ice blue color. They look really, really gorgeous for like a winter design. And so now we're just going to want to move our florals around just to position them into the place that you want them to be. And then we're going to come across here and we're going to add a bow. Now, if your florals are too heavy on one side, you can always come and run a zip tie out a little farther in your floral design, but you don't have to on this one because it's a smaller angel wing, and a smaller floral, so it's not really too heavy, okay? So again, you're going to just reposition them. However, just kind of give them some similarity. Pop a little bit of that red up here and moving that greenery all around. Okay, so I'm going to set this to the side and I'm going to bring my bow maker over. So we're going to make a bow. Now, y'all, we do not need anything very big because it's a small angel wing. So we're going to start with this one here. I like to use a 1.5 inch ribbon for my 17-inch angel wings. You don't want your bow to be too overpowering to your design. So we're going to start with this first one, which is going to be the peach ribbon. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to do your dovetail first. I always say when you're making your bows, you should dovetail as you go. That way you wouldn't want to send out a design without one tail being finished because you happen to miss it. So get yourselves in the habit of doing that all the time and then you'll be good to go. So what you want to do is you're going to take your ribbon. You're going to have the fold to what side hand you are. So if you're right-handed, the fold's going to be to the right. If you're left, it'll be to the left. You're going to start on that folded edge. You're going to cut at an angle uphill at a nice 45-degree angle. And then you're going to have this finished little tail. So we're going to start on here. And I don't really need a very long tail. So what I'm going to have is about a 14-inch tail. And I'm going to end up having 2 loops on each side. So I'm going to, for today, do about a 4.5-inch loop on each side. And I'm going to have 2 loops per side, starting with this ribbon. Okay? Then all you need to do is measure it down to be the same size as your other tail, fold it in half, and give it another dovetail. So what you have now is, it looks like an X. Okay? So now we're going to come back, and we're going to put this other 1.5 inch, and its loops will go on either side of these 2 loops. All right, so we're going to come in. We're going to go about a 1/2 inch to 1 inch shorter on the tail and the loop. Okay. Just like that. You can shop all of these supplies on our website at resupplyoutlet.com. So right now we're going to go ahead and take the bow off of our bow maker. I'm just going to slide a wire. You can use a pipe cleaner, a zip tie, whichever you prefer. For today, I'm just using a floral wire. I'm going to pinch it really close and spin the bow, okay? And then all I have to do is just come over here. We'll give it a good little fluff before I put it on my design. So now we're going to go ahead and take our bow and we're just going to run it down, again, right where we did all those zip ties. and pull it to the back side of our design, just like this. Get your bow in position where you want it, and then all you have to do is just go ahead and tie it off right like that. Okay, so when you flip it over, you're going to end up cutting this off back here with your wire. So what I do is I take those two little pieces and I push it right into the design. That way there's not a sharp edge for anybody to get poked or to scratch a door. And now you will just come over here to your design and just give it a final fluff. So I like to turn them to the side while I'm working and looking at it. You can also make your bow loops go sideways, whichever you prefer. You can go this way or this way. Whichever you like is perfectly fine. There's no right or wrong way. Okay. So then we're going to turn it to the side here. And now I'm just going to work on these beautiful little tails. This is something that's very simple and easy. You can make it up for any season, any, like a patriotic one is very, very popular for those who have lost a loved one in the service. But these angel wings are great for all seasons, and they look really amazing. Okay, so I like to just, on these ones with the 1.5s, just take my ribbons, and just pull them just like so. And there we have it, a completed angel wing right there. So now we're going to make the exact same design on this 24-inch angel wing. It's going to require a little bit more florals and a bigger bow. First thing we want to do is take the florals that we're going to be using in this design, and we need to cut the stem down because we do not need this to be too long because we're going to be attaching it right here in the center. Next, we're going to just lay our florals out right on top of the design, just like so, leaving a gap right here for where our bow is going to be placed. So you're going to need some zip ties. I'm going to just go ahead, run a zip tie down through that area and snag this floral right here. We have to make sure that we cut off our zip tie. Now I went at an angle this way for this one. I want to do the angle this way for this stem here. Now you want to test your florals to make sure it's not too heavy. Sometimes they get a little on the heavy side and you may have to put another zip tie out a little farther. Just make sure it's really hidden within your design of your florals. We want to have these florals kind of coming down the angel wing some. So I'm just going to separate them out. Just like this. So now I'm going to go ahead, set this to the side, and we're going to go ahead and make our bow right now. I'm going to first start with this gorgeous, it almost looks like it's embroidered peach ribbon. So the first thing you want to do is do a nice little dovetail. You're going to take your ribbon, fold it in half. You're going to start on that folded edge and cut it an angle uphill at about a 45-degree angle, and this is the beautiful tail that you have. So then I'm going to give it about a 16-inch tail. And we're going to go with a 6.5-inch loop. I'm going to do another one. So we'll have 2 on each side for this first ribbon. So now that your ribbon is cut, you're going to want to just separate these loops out. This is just the easiest way that you can look at seeing how your bow is built. So you're just going to make an X just like that with your loops. Then you're going to come in with your next ribbon, which is going to be this little peach ribbon here. Giving it a dovetail as well. We're going to go about, I'd say about an inch shorter on the tail. And then we're going to go a 1/2 inch shorter on this loop. Now this one, we're only going to do 1 loop on each side. Bring it down here, give it its little dovetail. We're then going to come in with our other 2.5 inch, which is this nice, it's like a peachy orange kind of color. And we're gonna do 2 loops going an inch or half an inch shorter on each side. Now we're gonna finish off by adding in the other 1.5 inch ribbons. I'm gonna first start with this nice little plaid, giving it a dovetail, and we're gonna only need 1 loop, again, half an inch shorter. The final ribbon is gonna be this peach ribbon, and we're gonna just do a center loop right here. So I'm gonna wrap this around over here and come back through. Now I'm gonna take a zip tie and I'm gonna get my bow off of this bow maker. And I'm just gonna give it a little quick fluff right now. So I'm gonna pull all my tails down to the center. And then we're just gonna separate out these ribbons. We'll do the final fluff once it is actually on our design. This is what it looks like roughly, okay? And again, it'll be finished once it's on our angel wing. I'm gonna take a floral wire and I'm just gonna stick it through my bow. And this is how I'm gonna go ahead and attach it right onto my angel wing. And again, I'm gonna come through right here at the center where we had those zip ties. So we're gonna go ahead, tie it nice and tight in the back. And I flip it over. This is what you have, a little wire here. I cut them off a little bit longer, about 1 inch, so that way I can take that and push it right back in to my design, and now there's no little wire to scratch a door. And now we have our design here, and we're gonna go ahead and fluff it, making all of our loops placed in the positions that we want them in. Okay, now you want to work on your tails. So with the bigger bows, what I try to do is the 2.5 inch ribbons, I do what's called little curls. And I just take the ends and I roll them up, okay? Just like that. Same with this one. And then this next layer, I go a little bit shorter with the curl so that way you can see the one below it. Now, you can leave them straight if you want, or you can pull them out and allow them to roll. It's whatever you prefer. Okay. There's that. Now, these ones, I tend to just allow them to roll out just like that. Okay, over to the side. And here is the completed design. It just takes that angel wing and brings it to a whole new level. So you can just go ahead, fix any florals that may need addressed, adjusted. I don't like to have my florals go way past and overpower the wing. I try to keep it in the shape of the wing as I'm doing it, because this is your most expensive thing in this design, so you don't want to cover it up with too much stuff. And there's that. And again, just look at it, and if there's a piece that needs to be moved, just try to get it so it matches the other side. For more tutorials just like this, please comment down below and let us know what you would like to see. And we hope to see you again on the next video. Bye, y'all.